How's it going, fellas, and welcome to the channel where I kick back, relax and talk video games. And today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to shoot an NBA 2K19. Just before I start this video, guys, this isn't a thing that's going to make you hit automatic greens. I'm going to try and teach you how to consistently get full whites and green lights as much as possible. It's not going to be some secret tip that automatically gets you green light after green light. It's just several tips to help you get better at shooting overall in all game modes. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to be teaching you all sorts of different things when it comes to jump shots, shot meters, and everything in between. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is picking a jump shot that is right for you. It takes time, fellas. It really does. It will take you several bad jump shots before you find that right one. You've got to practice. You've got to go into my career and see how good different jump shots are. The best way to practice jump shots, in my opinion, is to play like a My Team or a Play Now Online, because you use different NBA players. So if you like that sort of base, that jump shot, you can put it into the shot creator and mix it with another person's jump shot that you like from My Team and Play Now Online, and mix them together, and you can create a hybrid of two jump shots that you like. But you need to know what jump shots you like. Do you like fast ones? Do you like slow ones? It all comes into play. So you need to figure out what is right for you. Just because you see all these guys' videos on YouTube saying this is the best jump shot, rah rah rah, it doesn't matter. It all comes down to you and your preference. So make sure you practice on different jump shots, because maybe that one that you're using just isn't right for you. It might be right for someone else, but you just can't get it right. So practicing with heaps of different jump shots allows you to realize which is the best one. So I'll just tell you a few jump shots that I like to use. As a base, I like KD, Clay, and Jason Tatum. He's a hidden gem in 2K18, and he's just as good in 2K19. Try Jason Tatum out, guys. It's a fairly good base. And then you throw in the release of Kyrie Irving, mix him with that, and even Steph Curry as well. Steph Curry's release is fairly good in 2K18 and 2K19. So choose wisely, but just trust me, guys. Once you learn a release, you've got to practice it. You've got to practice to have any chance of mastering releases. So the next thing I want to talk about is a fairly easy one, and just badges. The higher your badge is, the better. If you're missing open shots and you don't have badges, that's a fair indication. You will have to grind these badges in my career. If you're a person that doesn't like my career, you've just got to grind your teeth and grind through it, because that's the only way to consistently get badges in 2K19 is just doing the My Career, and you've got to get the badges. If you are struggling to get green lights, you've got to understand when you have gold tier badges and Hall of Fame tier badges, your green light percentages increase dramatically. So the next thing I want to talk about is the shot meter. It is so important to learn how to use it. You need to make it as bright as possible. If you don't have it as a white shot release, I don't know what you're doing, because the darker, I see team colors that it's set to on default, and it makes it dark and hard to see certain releases and certain speeds of the shot meter. So just change it to white, guys. It makes a hell of a lot easier to try and see how close it is to getting a green light. Trust me with that, guys. And you've got to realize you can't stop it when it's at the end. You've got to stop it beforehand, because there is going to be a button delay. In all games, in every form of gaming, there is a button delay from your controller to your TV to the console, whatever it is. There's a delay. So you've got to release it at about 3/4. You've got to learn the shot release to where it needs to be to get a green light, because you shouldn't be releasing it when it's full, because you're going to get late every time, because the controller and the console have to register it. So you've got to do it at about 3/4. Do it at 3/4 and let that button delay happen, and then all of a sudden it'll just go into the green. So just trust me, guys. Don't try and hit it right on the end. Try and hit it just before it. So the next thing I want to talk about is shooting over shot contests. Look, you want to be wide open every chance you can get, but you can get away with it in 2K19 if they're not manually defending. So if you see a guy that isn't in the crab walk animation, when you hold L2, you'll notice that the defenders get in like a crab walk animation. If the player isn't in that, more than likely you can throw it up and you're going to get an open release. When they're in that crab walk animation, they still can lunge at you with a manual shot contest. So if you see them in that animation, try to avoid shots no matter what. But if you don't see them in that animation and they're running or trying to just get into position by just turboing into position, just throw it up, because a lot of the time you're going to get a very good feedback. That's one thing that really helps in 2K19 is if you're open or wide open, your chances of getting green light is so much better. It really is. It's night and day. If you are wide open, it's so much easier. The shot release even is a tad slower, so you've got to take that into account. When you're wide open, it is a tad slower, and especially online, you've got to compensate for latency. Latency hurts so much when you play online, because I have my jump shot in my career and it's fairly consistent. But when I jump online, you've got to accumulate to latency. There's even, like I talked about with button delay, they even throw on even more time for latency because it will affect you online. Some games are going to be worse than others, so you've got to accommodate that. Trust me guys, once you realize these simple things, shooting the ball is easy. Like, it really is. If you have to watch this video, like, this is for basic players, for people that are struggling. If you're a person that's out there just shooting greens and are just getting green and want a jump shot to get even more greens, this isn't the video for you. So you can stop watching. If you've watched this far, I really do appreciate it. But at the end of the day, guys, just trust me, learning the speed of your jump shot online to offline is crucial. It's the same with playing out online and my team. You've got to realize people's jump shots. Look, you see LaMarcus Aldridge, he's a fairly good jump shooter, but you've got to realize that it's a super slow release that shoots up really quickly. You've got to put it into the back of your mind. You've got to learn jump shots. If you're a player that plays 5v5 game modes, you've got to put them into the back of your head to which has fast jump shots and which have slow jump shots, because the speed of the jump shot is everything. If you mistime it and get a very early release or a very late release this year, you're going to miss time and time again. You're not going to be bailed out nowhere near as much in 2K19. So the next thing I want to talk about is shot cues, and the one thing that I have noticed is noticing a shot cue on a jump shot is the biggest advantage to get consistent green lights. If you notice when a player's feet come together, or whether his wrist flicks at a certain time to get a green light, or even when the guy's elbow extends or bends, there's certain things that you can notice that can trigger green lights time and time again. If you can figure out a shot cue in a jump shot that gives you automatic greens, you're gonna have a good time in this game. As long as you're a shooter, you'll be fine. But just notice the shot cues. You've got to look. It'll take practice, this, guys. This is an advanced tactic, but if you can notice the little things, maybe it's just a clap of their feet together when the jump shot's going up, you'll notice something. You have to, if you want to get consistent greens like what these YouTubers are getting and what these great shooters are getting, because they've found a shot cue on how to release the shot. They've learnt the perfect timing and they've made it muscle memory. That's one big thing, is just knowing your button. See, I could probably get full white releases 95% of the time with my eyes closed, because I know my release by the back of my hand. As I said, if you haven't watched my jump shot video, I've said I've used this jump shot for 3 years. 3, maybe even 4. Who knows how long no, it's probably longer. 2K15, maybe 2K14 I started using KD Kyrie. Like, it's that long ago that I've been using this jump shot, so I sort of know this jump shot like the back of my hand. You're not going to keep learning how to shoot, chopping and changing jump shots. You've got to find one that's right for you, that's semi-decent, that is getting you probably about 60-70% open light greens, and learn that jump shot. Because once you learn the jump shot, you will be pushing 90, 80, 90%, maybe even 100% wide open if you get that good at it, but you've just got to learn your jump shot. But anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. If you do like these rant, rave tutorials, whatever you want to call them, leave a like, hit the subscribe button. It really does help out. and leave in the comments below any thoughts or opinions that you have when it comes to shooting in NBA 2K19. Leave it all in the comments below. But anyway guys, I've talked and raved long enough. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.